friends, family, Grace and Grit Gritters. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. I'm really glad you're here with me. Wherever this week has taken you so far, whether that's been a heavy week, a busy week, a quiet week, or pure chaos, I hope you're doing okay. Today, it's just a quick check in and some news on what's coming this week. You don't have to be in a good headspace to be here. You don't even have to be in a good mood. You can just be. If you're anywhere near Southeast Texas or anywhere along the East Coast, the weather has been crazy and loud feeling. It's the kind of weather that puts you in a frenzy and then keeps you cooped up inside. Sometimes that alone can affect how grounded we feel. It can be that one thing, that extra weight to send our anxiety and survival into overdrive. So, if that's true for you and you're overwhelmed, feeling like there's just so much you need to do, but it's like Mother Nature has now put life on pause, take a deep breath. It's okay. You're not alone. Where I am today, the low is 30. Yesterday, it was 24. And right now, the temperature is 23. The weather's going to warm up in the 40s, is what they're telling us, but the nights are still going to be cold, 20s and 30s. Your girl here is not made for this cold weather. It hasn't been anything like they've told us it was going to be, and we've prepared for the worst, and we're still hoping for the best. But I know that forecast can change in a heartbeat. And I also know that there are a lot of folks that are dealing with snow, ice, and power outages. So we want to make sure that we keep them in our prayers as we face the week ahead. I do have an update, a little behind the scenes scoop for you. I'm working on setting up a more intentional space for my podcast. Nothing fancy and definitely not perfect, but a space that feels calm and mine, and specifically for this. A place where I can sit down, breathe, and show up consistently for these conversations. There is just something meaningful about setting aside a space for what matters. Even if life feels noisy, full, unfinished, and just complete chaos. Honestly, it was actually my husband's idea. He has reminded me that growth, it doesn't always look like big changes. Sometimes it's just choosing to make a little room for it. He says, I have to get ready to be live. I think he's a little ahead of himself. So, this past Sunday's episode of Pause and Grace, we shared permission. Permission to lay down what doesn't fit anymore. The expectations, the constant readiness, and the feeling of having to be perfect just to be useful. I keep I can't stop thinking about David when he tried on Saul's armor. It looked right, made sense to everybody else, but it wasn't his and it didn't fit. So he took it off. For some of us, slowing down feels harder than pushing through. We're used to being strong, capable, and being ready. But grace, it meets us in the pause. This week, we're going to continue with that same heart, especially after last week's conversation when grit turns into survival. In that episode, we talked about how grit can start as strength and over time, how it quietly becomes survival. And although at times survival may be necessary, it's exhausting. And when you've been there for a long time, survival, it can make laughter feel complicated. And it can make joy feel so unfamiliar and so undeserved. But sometimes, laughter isn't about happiness. Sometimes, it's simply exhaling for the first time in a long time. So if you found yourself wondering when life stopped feeling light or fun, or why joy all of a sudden feels harder somehow, well, I invite you to tomorrow's podcast, Permission to Laugh Again. Permission to laugh again, it doesn't mean forcing joy. It doesn't mean pretending it's okay or that you're okay when we're not. It just means allowing those small moments of light to exist alongside the hard. It's letting yourself smile without guilt or letting those moments of joy come and not needing an explanation for it. Joy isn't childish, it is courageous. I want to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for being part of this community. Whether you comment, message, subscribe, or you just quietly listen, your presence matters more than you know. And we're getting closer to our face reveal at 100 subscribers. Are you excited? I am, and also terrified. But I am truly grateful for every person who has helped this space grow. We're building this community, guys. We're building it slowly and intentionally, and that matters to me. You may have seen the Chaos merch, and thank you to those who have supported that. But there's no pressure there, only gratitude. It helps sustain what we're growing. Now, coming up on Thursday is our very first Throw Together Thursday show. Simple, quick meal ideas, easy recipes, real life food for those busy days. Not perfection, no super fancy ingredients, just supporting each other in everyday life. Because sometimes caring for ourselves, it can just be simply removing the stress from having to make the decision what's for dinner. And as always, we will end the week with Freestyle Friday. I think this is becoming one of my favorite parts of the week. It's Freestyle Friday. So if you have questions, stories, comments, maybe you want to give somebody a shout out, or something you just want me to talk through, you can leave a comment or send me an email or a message on social media. You don't have to have polished words, and you don't have to have everything all figured out. And as always, I will keep everything anonymous and share only what you tell me. Remember, this space is for honesty, not perfection. I don't have all the answers, guys, and I have never claimed to be perfect. I am openly and admittedly flawed. I am just a huge mess. I can only share what I've been through, the experiences that I've had, and what I've learned along the way, and hope that it helps. Hope that it helps someone maybe learn a lesson one time and not 15 like me, or maybe it just helps you realize you're not alone and these struggles are real and we're not crazy. But my hope is that this space continues to feel safe and honest with no expectations for perfection. So take what you need from today and every day and leave what you don't. And if you came here today needing permission, consider this it. I am really glad you are here. I will see you guys next time.